strategy is going to help you to define your goals and objectives and help you keep on track. It's by far the best thing that you can do to save time and ensure that every video you upload actually enhances your brand instead of eroding it. There is constant demand for content and you probably feel pressure all the time to make stuff, but I urge you to focus on content that adds value to your audience and that is sustainable for you to create in the long run. There's no point in committing to creating content every day if you can only do that for a week. What's far better is to have a strategy that's achievable to you. The concept of a video strategy is inherently subjective. There is no one-size-fits-all formula for creating the perfect strategy. Instead, video strategies are deeply influenced by your unique circumstances, goals, resources, and competition. So let's work on a very simple and yet effective video strategy that has helped thousands of businesses already. It's called the 5 W's. By the end of this video, you should be a lot more clear on why you're making videos, who you're making videos for, what your key message is across all of your videos, when you'll be uploading, where you'll be uploading to, and how you'll measure if your videos are successful. And remember that video strategies are dynamic. They evolve based on video analytics, audience feedback, technology advancements, and changes in your objectives. So keep updating it and adding to it so that it continues to work for you. You could even do it for a campaign, or you could do it for your entire social media objectives. Totally depends on what you're working on at the moment. So in this challenge, all I want you to do, super simple, is to answer 6 questions as we go through. Now, if you don't have enough time, pause me and go away and do some research or, have a think about something and then type your answers into your copy of the video content roadmap so that you can go back to it every time you're about to make a video. The first question, and arguably the most important, is why are you creating videos, or what is the purpose of your videos? Tie this to your business goals and objectives and make sure that it resonates with you. For me, for example, the purpose of my videos is to sell more courses by educating and entertaining people along the way. This actually helps me remember why I need to keep creating videos when motivation is low or I'm not seeing the return that I was expecting or hoping for. I made a video recently and I thought it was brilliant and it didn't get nearly as many views as I had hoped. But one person did message me and say, "Thanks for that video. I'm going to try out what you suggested." So in my mind, I educated a potential customer, and that was actually better than 1 million empty views from people who have no interest in learning how to make better videos. So my why is what keeps me going when I wonder why I'm making videos in the first place. Question number 2 is, who is your target audience? Depending on your overall marketing strategy, you may have already identified your target viewers as a demographic, or you might have even developed personas. Wherever you're at, just try to be as specific here as you can. In my case, I actually have 2 target audiences for my business. For on-demand courses, my primary target audience is English-speaking women in their 30s or above who run their own businesses. They are ambitious and creative, but they're usually short on time. They know they need to create more video content and they love to learn, but they need a structured approach to get them started. Then my secondary target audience is for bespoke courses. These are usually HR executives and decision makers in large and multinational companies, such as public sector education and research. Many times these people have similar traits as the on-demand courses. They're ambitious, they're busy, and they're creative. But instead of taking the training themselves, they're organising the training for others in their organisation. They require a more professional approach, and they'll spend more time working on LinkedIn rather than Instagram. So again, pause me, take your time, write out as many things as you can about your target audience, and then this will help you with so many things in your video. It will help you to decide the type of music that you'll include, maybe the jokes that you'll get in there if you do kind of use entertainment as a form of communicating, what to wear, like anything that is familiar with the audience that you're making videos for will engage them completely. So the more information you have about your target audience, the better you can serve them. Question number 3 is, what is the key message across all of your videos, or the one thing that you want people to remember? Now, this could be your business's mission or vision, or you could make it specific to a campaign. For me, the key message across all of my videos is that the Vidacademy makes video simple so that anyone can make their own video content. This is helpful, especially during brainstorming sessions, because if there's an idea that I can't fit into a key message, then it's usually a good indicator to get rid of it or to come back to it another time or to approach it in a different way. This helps me to curate my content so that I make sure that when people visit my channel, they kind of know exactly what to expect, and they're more likely to follow me if they have a clear indicator of what my key message or what I'm really trying to get across. Number 4, when do you plan to upload? Or more importantly, how often can you commit to uploading? Consistency is key. It's hard to be consistent, especially if you over plan to upload way too much content. So say I commit to uploading a video every day. I'll probably get to day 3 and be like, okay, this is unsustainable. So it's better to just say to yourself, I'm going to upload a video once a week. Put a bit of time and effort into that video and be consistent with your weekly upload. And try to do it at the same day, at the same time every week. So then your audience can almost start to look forward to your videos coming in. Number 5, where are you going to be uploading your videos? If you're doing this course, you're most likely planning on sharing to Reels, TikTok, and maybe YouTube Shorts. But have a think about this before planning each video, because Shorts has a max video duration of 60 seconds. So you might need to quicken up your video if you want to upload the same video to all 3 platforms. I usually make every video less than 60 seconds so that I can upload it to Reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Now, half of my audience is also on LinkedIn, so I do upload most of my videos up there. However, some of the videos I make are kind of fun and entertainment based, made specifically for Reels and TikTok, so I might leave some of them off LinkedIn. But I find it really interesting to compare the stats across each of the 5 platforms because, sometimes it's almost like entering into a lottery. You never know which one's algorithm is going to pick up your video. And, what do they say? You have to be in it to win it. And the final question is, how will you determine if your video is successful? We put so much time into brainstorming, planning videos, filming them and editing them, and oftentimes they get uploaded and then we completely forget that they ever even happened. So I think it's really important at the end of every month to go through and review your videos. Now, the metrics that you choose are totally up to you. I think it's a good idea to start with the number of views. Now, views are often considered a vanity metric as, it doesn't give a good indication of how the viewers are engaging with your content. So you might start with that and then go for another metric, which might be the number of likes or even shares or comments. And then at the end of the month, when you actually put everything together and you see, my God, that video did so much better than the rest of them, I need to start focusing my content on that style of video because that's what people are looking for. It's all about getting to grips with analytics so that you can strive to continuously improve your productions. I'll see you in the next challenge.